It's summertime, which means it's time for the Italian Open Championships in Cervia. This historical competition is held every year in one of the most beautiful times of the year, in one of the most beautiful places here on the Adriatic coast. Cervia is one of the jewels in Emilia-Romagna. It's one of the best towns to come and stay on the beach, catch some sun, and of course, dance. More than 3,500 couples have shown up for the Italian Open and for the Italian National Championships, which is being held for the first time contemporarily with this event. Organized by Danceport Heritage, IDSF, CSIT and AICS in Italy, it's one of the most important competitions of the year, and it's going to be a good one. Today we are looking at the Adult Master Open Standard Competition, the competition just for professionals, which looks to be an extremely exciting event. First of all, because the champions from last year, Nicolai Darin and Natalia Seredina, are not going to be competing this year, and the second couple is also not going to be on the floor. So we have a really open competition, and there are new challengers coming in from the amateur ranks, among which Francesco Galuppo and Deborah Pacini, 3 times amateur world champions, who are picked as favorites for this competition, even though it's only their first professional event.
Yeah, it's not an easy question, and it's not very easy to answer because we don't know exactly. We feel just very excited, and we are just looking forward to dance tomorrow, and we feel great. We followed the competition in the last few days, and the atmosphere is great, so we are really looking forward to dance tomorrow.
Yes, there are many couples with high level, and we are so exciting because tomorrow we will dance our first competition in professional, and for sure to dance in this kind of competition it's always amazing feeling because the audience is so warm, a lot of people watch our dancing, so for sure we will enjoy it so much.
Francesco and Deborah have been dancing together for many years, through junior ranks together, youth, under 21, and finally the amateur ranks, where they were placed first for 3 years in a row. It's going to be very interesting to see how their experience shapes up against the experience of the other professionals on the floor, and whether they have enough to take home the title. We're going to look at the semi-final, and then through to the final, where other surprises await us, with other couples coming in from the amateur ranks to compete against the professionals. It's going to be a very interesting competition. Stay with us. And so we start with the Adult Master Open Standard semi-final round. Here's the first heat in the waltz, and it was really exciting to see the same 13 couples called to all 5 dances. At these competitions, the dancers are judged one by one. So there's the chance that you don't you make one dance, but you don't make the next one. In this case, all couples made the semi-final round. And here we have Marco and Beatrice starting the competition for us. A new professional couple. They must be very happy to make this round.
Yes, I think turning professional give them the motivation to really make a good step forward in their improvement.
That we've been through, you should understand me.
Beautiful dresses in the semi-finals, such great look from all the couples, and the audience is so supportive tonight.
The atmosphere is really magic. This is probably the best audience ever.
And here we see the master champions in the senior category. They must be really happy to be in the semi-final. And we go into the second heat. Let's see who makes it into this round.
The Waltz.
And here they are. 6 fabulous couples in this heat, and they will also dance all 5 dances in the semi-final. And of course, here are last year's adult standard champions, new professionals, Francesco and Deborah, trying to make their impressions on the judges in their first waltz in the semi-final.
Unbelievable quality. I really love them so much.
And together with them on the floor, new professionals, Gabriele and Camilla, who is actually Francesco's fiancée.
Yeah, they will get married very soon.
So we've been told, and some choose to believe it.
And here are Davide Manfrin and Eleonora. They recently won the Rising Star competition in Verona.
And again, Francesco and Deborah. I love this part of the choreography. Beautiful. It's really an emotion to see them finally in professional.
And now we move into the tango. And we start with Roberto and Francesca. They were runners-up last year in this competition to the former champions Nikolai Darin and Natalia Seredina, and they are really wanting a challenge tonight.
And I think tango, it's really their best dance. I love their charisma and power.
10 dancers, Jacopo and Patricia from Spain, giving it their all.
This is another couple I really enjoy to watch because they seems to love dancing so much, and they are able to take you absolutely with them on the floor with the happiness and emotion they create.
And a passionate look from Roberto closes out the tango. See what happens in the second heat. And we start out with brother and sister couple. New professionals again. This professional field is really heating up. This is Errol and Amy Williamson representing Denmark. And they won the professional 10 dance just the other day.
This is really a very interesting competition because so many new couples, super interesting. That's why the atmosphere is so magic.
It's great to see so many couples joining this professional competition. Here we have the Estonians.
And again, Errol and Amy. Tango is also a very good dance for them, very charismatic. And they always have a really good level of energy, very consistent through the combo.
Typical of 10 dancers. And that concludes the tango. Now we move on to the third dance, the Viennese Waltz. And here's the first heat. Germans Nikita and Alina here. And here we have Marco and Michela, an Italian couple, very young professionals.
And Jacopo and Patrizia again. Really good night for them.
It is a very intense competition, hard to keep the energy up all the way through, especially in the heat. We're in the middle of June.
I think it's because it's really an open battle. I think motivation is super high.
Oh yeah, anyone could make the final, and anyone could take any of the places. It's really interesting. And that's the first heat. Second heat now.
Viennese Waltz.
Estonia and Italy in the first frame. And here, for the first time, we see Ivan and Ilenia, another Italian couple. Very beautiful, elegant, tall couple with solid dancing, solid technique, great movement.
Yeah, they also improve a lot recently, especially for the stamina.
Francesco and Deborah having a great time on the floor with the other professionals, a little bit of horseplay there, moving around the other couples, managing the floor craft, managing the other couples on the floor. Not always easy.
Yeah, you can see absolutely the experience.
The slow Foxtrot. First heat now, we start with Jacopo and Patricia. They're 10 dance finalists and made the final of the World Championships in Canada in October. Will they be able to make the final tonight? We will see. With all these new couples coming along, it's always difficult to know. Here are Marco and Giulia from Italy. Last year, finalists in last year's competitions and in the major competitions. They'll be hoping for a top placing tonight.
I think they have a really good night. It's the night for them. I see them already from the first step with a very good energy. It's a very interesting competition.
And here we go, second heat of the Foxtrot. And 5 out of 6 couples starting with a traditional feather step. Always great to see all the couples start in the same way. It gives the judges a real chance to compare them.
Yeah. And here again, Errol. And now Gabri. And Camilla. I really love the look of Camilla tonight, really flamenco style.
She's always really creative with her outfits and design. Beautiful tall girl, so of course she looks great in anything. Personality there from Ilenia. She always looks like a star.
Yeah, she's the star of the floor, really, a queen. And I really enjoy to watch her. She's so confident.
And that completes the Foxtrot. First heat now for the Quickstep. Last chance to push for that final. And remember, some of the couples could come back in one dance, but not in another, also in this round. We'll see what happens. Some fast movements across the floor, scatter chasses from Marco and Michela. Marco and Giulia playing with the crowd. They've got a lot of supporters there tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to say, very big support. They make a very good job to organize this.
So much energy, so speedy around the floor. Look at them all go. And now here we go with the second heat of the Quickstep. Francesco and Deborah showing their confidence. They want to leave no doubts in anyone's mind that they are the best couple on the floor. A lot of people tip them as the favorites, but you never know until you're at the competition and the judges get a chance to see them against the other couples.
And I admire their partnering. This is really a good.
Well, they've been dancing together for such a long time. They were in the juniors together, youth together. They've been dancing, I think, for more than 20 years in a partnership. And so you can really see how they work together so perfectly.
Far away from the one we see.
We caught up with Roberto Carano and Francesca Francini from Italy. They were placed third in last year's World Championships and are looking to better that position given that the top two couples have vacated their spot. Francesca is 32 and her hobbies are reading, poetry and photography. 5 of her poems were published in a collection 3 years ago and she's one of the main photographers at the IDSF competitions. Roberto is 30 and enjoys football, music and motorsport. Both have participated in different sports over their lifetime, and Roberto was in the national karate team. Francesca, on the other hand, from 18 to 20 years old, actually played in a football team. Let's hear what they had to say about Cervia, the Italian Championships, and the competition in general.
Well, I think that this year Cervia was really great. Every year is a great competition, but this year I think it was much better. Also, all the setup of the arena was super, so it was incredible.
The atmosphere, the audience, it was very magical situation, so unbelievable.
Even then we were dancing the national championship and the international championship, and both competitions were great emotion to dance. Also the national championship here in Cervia was super.
Yes, it's incredible how every year there is a level up of this competition, so we are very happy, very happy.
It's also a great honor if we think that this is one of the most historical competitions of dance sport, and bring this competition to this level, it's great.
Rosso Latino is the sponsor of today's competition. Rosso Latino has the Italian dance shoe to dance all around the world. Marco and Cristina Cipoletti, the owners, follow a family tradition of more than 3 generations of creating high-quality products from high-quality materials. With a classic Made in Italy brand, Marco and Cristina always refer to the top dancers and the top teachers to create their products and develop them to be the best as possible on the dance floor. Their latest line of product, Olgita, has been developed together with Olga Cacciari and the dancers from the Team Diablo Academy. Rosso Latino is your one-stop shop for all dance shoes, from beginners to intermediates to advanced dancers. Visit them at rossolatino.com. And here we go with the final. It's the first dance, the waltz, and we're told by Mr. Peter Baxwell that the same 7 couples have been called in each dance. Were you expecting that type of final?
It was a very hard battle, so honestly, yeah, I was expecting for 7 couple on the floor. All the same couple, actually, yeah, I think I absolutely agree with this final.
And a few dress changes in the final. Great to see the couples changing their outfit to fit the mood and fit the emotion of the final.
Everybody's so elegant. Everybody really put so much effort on finding the fantastic and perfect look. Ilenia also, I like so much the new look with this new sponsor. I think now they value much more her.
Gabriele and Camilla, obviously excited to be included in this final.
Yes, you once, twice.
Everyone thought they could have made it, but once again, until they're on the floor and the judges have a chance to see them against the other couples, you never do know. Errol and Amy, straight out of the amateur final into the professional final. And here's some slow motion replay. Some intricate outside partner steps from Gabriele and Camilla, staying together nicely. And that's the result of the first dance. Francesco and Deborah straight into first place, ahead of Roberto and Francesca. Marco and Giulia into third place. So into fourth place we have Eva and Elena. Fifth place for Nikita and Alina. Sixth place for Gabriele and Camilla. And seventh place for Errol and Amy. And now it's time for the tango. The couples are ready, the music starts. Silvia, you and Paolo were famous for your tango. What do you think about some of the tangos on the floor tonight?
Tango it's a very particular dance and you need specific characteristic. And I think few of these couple really have this, and I can see myself in what they do.
And in the tango, Francesco and Deborah once again in first place. Roberto and Francesca second. Marco and Giulia third. Ivan and Ilenia take fourth place. And then we have Errol and Amy into fifth place and Nikita and Alina into sixth place. Whereas Gabriele and Camilla finished into seventh. Viennese Waltz is the third dance. Couples stay on the floor. I guess the advantage of having a different couples in every dance is you get a little break. The couples have to stay on the floor in this case, which means the physical performance is even more important.
Yeah, but I think, you know what, they are doing a great job, so they don't need so much time to rest.
Suckers for punishment. What is the most important thing to see in the Viennese Waltz for you, Silvia?
I love to see a clear footwork, which is a particular characteristic in Viennese Waltz. A clear use of body actions through all the music.
Marco and Giulia there in the slow motion, showing their natural turns. And here we have the result of the Viennese Waltz. Francesco and Deborah first, Roberto and Francesca second, Marco and Giulia third, Eva and Alenia fourth, and it's really getting interesting because fifth place in this case, Gabriele and Camilla, sixth to Nikita and Alina, and seventh to Errol and Amy. So completely changing from fifth to seventh place. Really interesting and great to see. And all the couples starting together before changing into their various choreography. Fantastic dancing for all of them in this final. We're up to the fourth dance. They've been dancing all afternoon, all evening. And it's such a strong competition. They're all pushing as hard as they can, but they have to maintain control. Here's Marco and Giulia playing for their audience. As the Italian couple, they're definitely on their side tonight. And a little bit of traffic there.
My arms long to hold you, so my life will be in your keeping.
I like the clarity of timing, the use of the timing. Everybody's doing a really good job. Connected with a fantastic footwork. Really clear basic principle. Super high quality.
You'll be mine.
Errol and Amy there. A version of the fall away. And here we have it. Francesco and Deborah, Roberto and Francesca, Marco and Giulia, Ivan and Lenya. But here we have another change. Nikita and Alina taking the Foxtrot from Errol and Amy. Gabrielle and Camilla having to settle for seventh place in this dance. But it's all up in the air. Nothing's over yet. We'll see what happens in the Quickstep.
I told you that tonight should be a very interesting battle.
Your Quickstep.
That's why the lady,
And they're off racing around the floor in the Quickstep. Mark and Giulia, short couple, racing their way around. They can be very fast.
Here we are, last chance to show who's the best. Everybody's really flying on the floor. I think this magic atmosphere helped everybody to find extra energy.
The judges looking on intently. Such a fabulous panel. So many champions, past champions, world champions of standard and Latin, looking on, watching, analyzing every movement. But what's so great about these IDSF competitions is that the quality, not just of the dancers, but of course of the judging as well. That's why the couples want to show their best every time.
You know what? I would like to go back to the floor. I really feel I want to dance again in this fantastic atmosphere and contest.
Looking for space, but Francesco and Deborah coming through, enjoying themselves. Maybe starting a little bit of jive. Francesco's never been in the Latin field, but you never know. Maybe he'll start tomorrow. And there you have it. Francesco and Deborah in first. Roberto and Francesca, Marco and Giulia, Ivan and Elena, Errol and Amy back up into fifth place in the Quickstep. Nikita and Lena in sixth. Gabriele and Camilla in seventh place.
Seventh were 36.
Well, it was a fantastic competition. Francesco and Deborah moving from adult champions straight to professional champions. That must be a really great satisfaction for them in their career, as the awards are handed out by the sponsors from Rosso Latino Dancing, together with Olga Cacciari. And now they're going to show their stuff in the order dance. Once again a quick step. They've got the energy to give the audience what they want to see, and look at them, the new professional champions.
They choose the right dance to close this fantastic evening.
And that's the conclusion of the Adult Master Open Standard, our professional competition here in the IDSF Italian Open Faenda. If you haven't already seen our other videos on YouTube, you can check them out on Dance Sport Heritage Live, on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook channel, and on all of our social media. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you at one of our next events. You can always go back and check out the live stream, even though it's concluded. It's always registered there on YouTube. Check out the whole competition so you can see all the dances from the beginning to the end. Thanks for joining us.